What's there, y'all? This your man King Eric, the media assassin, coming at y'all with another video. Be sure to subscribe and the like button for me. So, I want to talk about how I want to give props to the game and Jim Jones for putting Eazy E name back on the names, the mouths, and basically putting his energy back in the atmosphere. Because taking y'all back to the 90s, to the 2000s, aside from the people that were part of the West Coast monument, we talk about people that were either signed to Eazy, like the big homie Cocaine, Cole 187, MC Ren, Bone Thugs and Harmony. There wasn't really a lot of people within the mainstream that was putting Eazy E name out there like that. You know, we had DJ Quick and all that, but at that time the West Coast was blackballed. So you had another factor that came into the mix. Tupac and Biggie getting killed. See, the way they went out in dramatic fashion, it was a more exciting and captivating thing in a bad way, but it drew a lot of attention from what Eazy E. Because keep in mind, y'all, the way Eazy E went out is still a bit taboo, man, because nobody wants to even address the situation of HIV or AIDS, so to speak. So that still was a taboo topic within its own. And a lot of people were scared to talk about it. But with Tupac and Biggie, just based off the dramatic fashion that they went out, and you had all these books and documentaries and movies and shit coming out from about them, the story became more easy way to make money and monetize. So enter 2004. You had Game coming out. He was making his debut on G Unit Interscope. He was signed, at first he was signed to JT the Bigger Figure, and you know they fell out. So Game didn't get picked up with Aftermath, and Dre just put him on the shelf. Now 50 picks him up, put him on the team, help him write some songs, help him develop his flow, his character. What I liked about Game at that time was Game, he had the chip on his shoulder. He's had a New York sounding voice, but you could tell he had a West Coast energy about him. He had a chip on his shoulder. He represented the West Coast. I remember when I first heard him on the DJ K Slay tape, he did a nothing but a G thing on freestyle. Then I heard the joint here, Certified Gangsters with him and Jim Jones. And I was like, finally. They sampled Eazy E cruising down the street in my 6'4". Then you had Eazy Son in there. And I was like, finally, man, Eazy E is getting props now, man. Because this dude has not gotten his share form of respect from hip hop culture. They're probably, only time I heard people use Eazy E's verses was Mac 10's Get Your Ride On and Eric Sermon when he used it for a sample on his album. But nobody really propped up Eazy E in the mainstream, or the youngest did, until the Game and Jim Jones dropped that joint. So then it got a little weird though, man, because people were thinking that was Eazy's son. And then him and Lil Eazy and Game kind of fell out a little bit about that. But then Game came out there with the NWA chain and the Eazy E tattoo and everything. It was just what Eazy's legacy needed. Then Jim Jones came out there with the Jerry curl and all that. So I salute them for, you know, putting Eazy's name back out there, man, because that guy is a pioneer. And I found it ironic, man, that it was his birthday the other day, so it was only right for me to, you know, give props to where props is due. Like, without Eazy E, none of this would be happening. So, listening to Game's mixtapes before, you know, on G Unit, man, like that Fifth Element, the 200 bars and running, that's why I started really fucking with Game, with that 200 bars and running. Where that's, to me, is what really made Game stand out as a star. And I love that Deep Cover beat. Deep Cover, one of my all-time favorite beats. And he went, I think, about a good 10 minutes just rapping nonstop. going at Bang'em Smurl, going at Domination, going at Joe Budden, going at everybody who 50 was beefing with at the time. If Game would have stayed focused and the course, dude could have been had one of the best careers ever. Considering he had a good career, considering leaving G Unit and everything, but had he would have stayed focused and not on this weird stuff, man, Game would have been definitely highly regarded. But going back to this, man, I just got to give him his props here, man. So this is King Eric signing out, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Subscribe, hit the like button. Happy birthday to the late Eazy E. Holla at your boy.